up my appetite. Don't leave me here high and dry. Oh, well, I don't wanna jinx it, baby, and twist myself at the spine. Don't wanna overthink it, baby. It's just twist your body and mine. Baby, you give me ice and fire. You're giving me wind and rain. You're some kind of butterfly. Baby, you give me midnight. You whip up my appetite. Don't leave me here high and dry. Oh, but I don't wanna jinx it, baby. Let's not get ahead of my time. Oh, but I don't wanna miss you, baby. So I stand up and speak my mind. Oh.
Morning. Happy people. Still with y'all. Appreciate y'all stopping in on this Saturday to hang out with us. Let's get this music out of here. Let's cut that immediately. And man, we got an OG in the game, man. And appreciate that, Fly. Hey, appreciate that super chat. Hey, but hey man, listen, Fly. If you really love me, if you really love me, you hit that right there. That $ dirty broke 215. That way YouTube won't get none of that. See, YouTube going to take like 40% of that right there, and it'll take me forever to get it. Now, if you want that to come directly to me, you hit that $ dirty broke 215, and it'll come straight to me. Boom, instant. But I appreciate that anyway. All right, we're gonna salute the people downstairs real quick here. Let me get back over here to that. Oh, let's get this out of here. Let's remove that. We don't need that scrolling through, We ain't gonna be begging, but hey, if you want to show some love, that is the best way to show me some love. Let's get over here to the comments. We're gonna get a roll call real quick and salute everybody that's down there in the chat. All right, let's start out with let's get back to the top. Q, what up? Brandon, what's good? Ghost Town, my boy. We got Fly in there. T Hill, Hazmat Trucker, what up? So appreciate y'all stopping in. We're gonna peek backstage, see if the OG ready. Give me a thumbs up if you're ready, OG. All right, OG is ready. It looked like we might be on a delay. All right, we're going to see if we can work this out. What's up, OG Bink?
Yo, what's going on? Happy Saturday morning, my people.
Happy Saturday morning. What's happening with you?
Yes, sir. Just trying to get this weekend started, my brother.
All right. So we've been talking about getting this video done for a minute here. Hold on a second. Let me just fix the camera real quick.
Long time coming.
A little adjustment right there. Yeah. And to give people the skinny on what the LTS division over here at Gemini Motor Transport is like. And you've been doing it for, I guess, a little over a year now?
Yeah, about a year and a half.
About a year and a half?
Under a year and a half, yeah.
Okay. But before we get there, to the people who may not know you, tell the people who you are.
I'm Bink the Trucker, Bink the Blue Collar Guru. Been doing content on YouTube for about 2019. I think 2019 I started doing content on YouTube, and I worked at one of the biggest LTL companies in the industry. They went out of business, and here I am. I'm at Gemini.
Mm-hmm. So what was that transition like?
It was a pretty easy transition, but it was a culture shock because I did a job.
Uh-oh.
Well,
I think we're losing you, Bink.
All right. How about that?
All right. Look like you froze up on the screen there. Hold on. You look like you're lagging on us.
I'm back.
Yeah. You're a little delayed, but we're going to try to work through it.
Okay. Hopefully it'll catch up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they got that Verizon over here, man. Need that AT&T.
Oh man, boy, you gonna blame it on something, man. Look at you.
Oh man. So yeah, it was an easy transition, man. Just getting used to dealing with people again, uh dealing with touch freight, things of that nature, man. It was a culture shock, but I got back into it because I'm a physical guy.
Mm-hmm.
I work out a lot, so even though I ain't lose no weight, but we listen, man. We still got the guns to do. We got
All right, salute, salute.
what it
Yeah,
takes
we
to
have.
job.
Yeah, we're just having a little bit of technical difficulty over there on that man's side, man. Come on, man, big, get it
Oh, it's on
together.
my side.
Yeah, yeah,
Let me try to move it a little bit. Maybe it'll catch
yeah.
on right there.
Can you get a little closer to the house? I don't know. Maybe you might be
Yeah,
just a little too far from your Wi-Fi. I'm not sure.
let me see.
Yeah,
Nah,
just
it's
try to
like
get your
right.
stuff a little closer.
Yeah, it's right there.
Yeah, hopefully this will be a little better.
All right. How's that?
All right. I'm trying to. Yeah. Oh, we'll see. We're gonna run with it. You want to tilt the camera down just a little bit? Yeah,
Let's tilt it down a little
there you
bit.
go. All right, my man. All
All right.
right, go ahead, brother. Pick up where you left off.
Yeah, so it was just a culture shock, man, of just doing physical labor, sweating and in the summertime and unloading truck tires. So it was definitely a culture shock. But I got right back into it. I'm not, a stranger to this type of work. And I pretty much enjoy it. It's not as hard as it seems. It seems like it's hard unloading truck tires, but it's actually a pretty gravy job, if you don't mind a little physical labor.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So, coming from a union outfit, and how long were you with Yellow?
7 years.
7 years. So, coming from a union outfit, coming over to a non-union outfit, what was the biggest adjustment that you would say that you had to make?
What? Say that again. You froze up. So, what type of adjustments?
Yeah, the biggest adjustment that you had to make coming from a union outfit to a non-union outfit.
Out of that 7, I've been driving 20. What is this? 2024. So 26 years I've been driving, and that was with non-union. So it
Oh,
really
okay.
wasn't that much of adjustment. What I do realize is, I do have a union attitude. It's just certain things that I notice. The making up of rules as they go along, instead of, I'm used to just being up under a contract. The rules is the rules, and
Mm-hmm.
if you want these rules changed, uh, make those changes at the next, you know, contract. I'm not used to just making, rules just being made up, as we go along because it sounds like it's a good idea. So I had to kind of get used to that. That was
Mm-hmm.
definitely just something that just kind of made me look like, oh, I don't know about this, But
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
being 19 years of non-union, I mean, I fall back into adjustment, and this is a decent company too. Every company don't have to be unionized. The companies that's unionized, they usually were companies that treated their drivers pretty bad. They kept all the profits, and they they treated drivers. There was a need for a union. Over here, I think the pay is pretty fair. It could be a little better. It can
Absolutely.
always be better, but
Absolutely.
yeah, it can always
Absolutely. We're always going to
be
be
better. But chasing
promote.
that money, man, money is very elusive. You'll never catch it. So, but you're always gonna want
Mm-hmm.
more. So, where does it end at? So, if they pay me $1 a mile, I probably want $2 a mile. So it's it's never ending.
That's human nature. So we always
Yeah,
want
exactly,
more. You know what I'm saying?
exactly.
So Gemini, give us more. Okay. We need it. All right.
Yeah. We definitely need more in the South. The double,
Mm-hmm. Hey, we need more in the north too, man.
yeah, but
Yeah.
definitely in the South.
But definitely in the north.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna have a civil war here, man.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. We'll have a civil war right here, damn it. But
So,
all right, So you're over here at Gemini Motor Transport LTS division. So give a people, let the people know what that's like, a day in the life of a LTS driver. What does LTS even stand for? Let the people know.
Love Truck Solutions. So we pretty much bring parts to the Love's truck stops for you truck drivers to stay on the road. We parts, tires, store goods, things of that nature to keep you guys' lives, you know, pretty steady out there on the road, man. Make sure you guys have everything you need. So that's what I do. I supply truck drivers with their needs, and I take it to
Mm-hmm.
one of the biggest truck stops in the country. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's
So
definitely, you got to kind of find that good place in the company, like mine, something to stand on. Like, okay, I'm helping truck drivers keep their trucks going.
mm-hmm.
So,
Mm-hmm. So what's
yeah. But
a average
with
week
a day
like
in the
for you
life,
doing that? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
average week is Monday through Friday for me.
Oh,
I
okay.
think you did an interview with somebody else. I think they started on Sunday, but the reason why they started on Sunday, they lived far away, so they would come up to the DC on Sunday so they can get an early start on Monday. But it's a
Mm-hmm.
Monday through Friday job. It's 100% day shift, unless you break down and end up running at
So
night.
no night driving?
No night driving.
Whoa.
I haven't fought my sleep in a year and a half. Like,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
so getting a good night's sleep every Saturday and Sunday off. It's not one of those jobs where, they say it's Monday through Friday, but you start like Friday and then you're off like Saturday afternoon. No, I'm off on Friday
Mm-hmm.
afternoon, maybe, Friday night, depending on when I started on Thursday, how I finished my shift.
Mm-hmm.
But it's gravy. I mean, the schedule alone has got me. I mean, I'm not even sweating the work, but the schedule is second to none. I've never
Mm.
had a job where it was 100% Monday through Friday and day shift at the same time. You know,
Consistent.
consistently.
Now how
And
do
they
you
do this
go
now.
ahead?
As far as the schedule, you're gonna have 4-day work weeks, which is my favorite. I love the 5-day. Monday monetarily, I love the 5 days, but the four
Mm-hmm.
days is just to me, it's just balance. I mean, out of 4 days, you can make you're going to gross anywhere from like 19 to $2,000 just on 4 days. And
Mm-hmm.
to me, that's a nice balance, man. When you got Friday, Saturday, and Sunday off, or you might have a Monday off, and you got Saturday, Sunday, and Monday off, and start Tuesday. That's
Mm-hmm.
that's usually a 4-day week. I love those more than I love the 5 day. The 5 days are
Mm.
nice. You can run it up. You can run those that gross up a little bit, but the 4 days perfect balance
Mm-hmm.
for me, and that's still over $100,000 for 4 days worth of work, though. I
Oh,
can
oh,
definitely
oh.
get with that.
Hey, real quick here, Bing. I don't know, or if you're getting any notification because you keep lagging and then it's speeding up your voice to try to catch you back up. So I don't know. You got your notifications turned off?
Hold on, let me see. Yeah, everything
I
is
don't know if
turned
that's
off.
causing an interruption or okay.
Oh, hold on, let me turn this.
We're just trying to keep everything
Get
got
rid of
right here.
this. Right. All right, how we doing, man?
All right, we're gonna work with it. We'll see what happens here. Yep.
All right.
Yeah, what happens is once you lag, and then it seems like your voice speeds up to try to
Right.
catch back up. So I don't know what's going on with that. But we'll try to work through it.
All right.
All right. So now go ahead. What were you saying?
Yeah, so I mean that's pretty much the job in a nutshell, man. It's just Monday through Friday day shift. It is physical. Um, Probably one of the easiest jobs I had.
Mm-hmm.
Don't let the truck tires and the sweating and all of that stuff fool you, but it's definitely a gravy job, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but
Now how do you get paid there? Cents per mile, pieces, by number of pieces you scan. How's that work? How's the pay work over there?
it's just $30 an hour. That's it. Yeah, it's $30 an hour overtime after 40.
Okay. So All right, so explain to the people how that works. So you come in, you start your day. Now you are regional, right? Correct.
Yeah, I'm regional, just pretty much run just southeast region. We probably do half of Tennessee because Milan, they have a terminal in Milan, well, a DC in Milan, Tennessee. But we do
Mm-hmm.
half of Tennessee, we do half of Mississippi, and half of Virginia. But Virginia, Richmond area is probably the furthest north we go.
Oh, okay.
Just north of Virginia and Tennessee. Let me see, where else? Woodville, Virginia area, and back. That's
Mm-hmm.
about the furthest. And then we run all of Florida,
Mm-hmm.
North Carolina, South Carolina. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, Georgia.
Right, right.
Yeah. So you're not doing a whole lot of driving, man.
Mm-hmm.
And I probably
So
drive anywhere from 8 to about 1,500 miles a week.
hold on a second, big. Hold on. You drive how many miles a week?
About 800 to 1,500 miles a week.
So
Yes,
now I
sir.
know now I know you're a numbers guy. So if you had to put a cents per mile on that, what would you make per mile on an average week?
Ooh, man. On the average week, probably upwards of about, I would say about $1 and some change. I haven't put I haven't put it in the calculator, man, but
Oh,
probably
you
at least
didn't do that out, man. Oh man, where my numbers guy?
$1 a
I got a
mile
numbers guy in the chat,
if I had to
man.
put
Help
it
us
into
out,
rough.
man. I would have been almost certain you would have done
Yeah,
that, man.
yeah,
Being the numbers guy
yeah.
you are, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So you figure a 5-day week gonna be about yeah, probably about 1,600 miles. So I would just do 1,600 miles on divide that by I guess about 2,500 by 1,600 miles. Would that come to, man? Would you
Oh,
get?
you froze up on me again.
That
You
Brandon,
froze up on this
Brandon
big.
numbers.
Say that again. You broke up.
I said divide 2,500
Mm-hmm.
by about 1,600 miles. Would you come up?
So like $1.56 a mile.
That's what that come to.
Yeah,
I
about
didn't know
that.
that, man.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I'd have been for sure you would have did that. Yeah, yeah. That's about a dollar
so
fifty
that
six
ain't.
a mile.
Yeah, now as far as the pay, you got your overtime after 40. You
Mm-hmm.
get per diem for sleeping in the truck, so you get fifty
Explain that.
dollars a day
Explain that
added
to the
on
people.
top of that. So when you sleep in the truck, you get $50 a night for sleeping in the truck. That could be for the LTS, being that we run Monday through Friday. That might be an extra 100 because even though I'm out during the week, a 5-day week, I'm probably home about 2 nights of that week.
Oh wow. So you're not even
So
out
I don't
for
get the per diem. So it's going to be anywhere from 100 to maybe $200 a week per diem, depending on how your week is flowing.
so on a 5-day work week, you could be home in the middle of the week, even on that 5 day.
Yeah, because first, like this week, I'm running I'm gonna start the week off with a 2-day run. So it's gonna be Monday and Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm gonna come home Tuesday night, take my 10-hour break, get back up there, and I'm gonna have a 3-day run after that. So then run Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday.
I
Most of the
got
time
you.
it's backwards. It's usually a three start the week off with a 3-day run and then a 2-day run.
Okay, to
Now on a
finish up.
4-day week, I might have I might run Monday and Tuesday, and then Wednesday and Thursday. So I'll get home Tuesday, then I'll go back out up to DC Wednesday, run Wednesday and Thursday, and then I'll have Friday off. Come back Monday.
So, in your opinion, is this ideal for you as far as work home life balance and home time balance? Is that like perfect for you, or you would prefer to stay out a little longer or be home a little more? Like this, because
Um,
we know this is going to vary from person to person. What is
right.
it for Big?
It's perfect for me. I mean, it picks up right where I left off when I was doing LTL. I mean, you know what my schedule was like, but it's a little better. I could get to the money a lot easier. LTL, I would be going to, you know what my schedule was like. I'll be going 2 3 days at a time and then come home and then do it again. But this is more organized. It's the same
Mm-hmm.
schedule, but it's a little bit more organized. It's not like I'm on an
Mm-hmm.
extra board or something. I get my schedule on a Friday, so I know exactly what I'm going to be doing the
For the
very
week.
next week. Like I know everything. I know everything I'm
Nice.
doing next week. I know, when I can plan doctor's appointments and things of that nature.
Nice. Nice.
So, yeah, it's definitely, you know, it's not for everybody. It's not for
Hmm.
everybody, man.
Right. 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 And we don't try to push the
Some
stuff
people
on
want to be home every
everybody.
day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Like me.
I've been,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I've been trucking 26 years and I've never been home. I think I worked like one or two jobs where I was home every day. Probably lasted about a year or two. But
Hmm.
for the most
So.
part, I've been either over the road or some form of regional. Um, Even I worked like a Honda. I made it back to Atlanta every day, but
Hmm.
I just didn't have time to go home. So we had to get on that next route to get out of there.
Hmm.
So yeah, I've always been
Yeah.
away from the house a night or two. So it wasn't. It's not. This is not a big deal. This is actually pretty easy. Just having Saturday and Sundays off and a day or two during the week. I mean, I'm.
Hmm.
I mean, this is a come up for me
Hmm.
personally.
And Saturday and Sundays for me off on the weekends in the summer is priceless. Now, in the rest of the year, I could care less. Especially up north, it gets
Mhm.
cold. Ain't nobody doing nothing. But in the summertime, I love my weekends off.
Yeah, yeah, man. Yeah, and the summer times are great, man. I, I haven't had like weekends off in a long time like this, but I'm loving it in the wintertime,
Hmm.
summertime. It's nice, man. I
Hmm.
like waking up. It's something about waking up on Saturday morning and hearing them birds chirping.
Oh man, I'm
There's something
telling you,
about
man.
that. Yeah,
It's nothing like for me, in my opinion. Tell me what you think. Waking up on a Saturday morning with a cup of coffee, like you are now, sitting out. Did you catch that?
oh, say that one more time.
I said, there ain't nothing like waking up on a Saturday morning, going out back on your patio, having a cup of coffee, man. That's
Come on, baby.
priceless.
That's what I'm doing. Keto coffee, cut it
Listen,
out.
if y'all haven't tried that, try it, and then y'all let me know what that's like. Okay.
Oh yeah, that's what I do every Saturday morning, man.
Now in the wintertime, my ass ain't gonna be out there. I'll be in the kitchen looking out the window. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't going out. But yeah,
Oh
that's
man.
that's price.
Yeah,
That is
see,
priceless to me. And the one
right.
thing that I know that me, you, and a couple of the older guys we talk about, right? It seems like the older we get, the more time we want. We're not
Yeah.
looking for more miles and more days, and we're not looking for that.
No.
We're looking for more time at home.
Yeah. 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 I need my time back,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
man.
We
That's
got a
that's
question
my
up here
main
on the
thing.
screen.
Need my time back. Okay. Where's the closest DC that services Florida stores? Just curious. That'll be Locust Grove, Georgia, and yeah, Locust Grove, Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
If you live in Florida, you can do the DEF, do some deaf, man. They got a deaf plant right there in Orlando. Go on that website to see if you could get on with that deaf.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they don't. They might build one down there. I'm not sure, but that's the closest, Locust Grove, Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Right. Now, out of out of out of all the jobs you had being paid by the hour, I don't know how many you had over your career that you were paid by the hour. How would this one stack up to that? If
This
you
is
had any, I don't know if you had any or not. Okay.
this should be mandatory across the board in trucking, getting paid by the hour. This should be mandatory. It's going to
That's right.
make you a lot safer. I'm not in a rush to get the job done. I'm taking my time. I'm taking extra precautions. I'm actually doing my whole pre-trip inspection and my post-trip inspections now.
Mm-hmm.
Not saying that I didn't do it before, but it was a little quick, little quick walk around, little kick the tire real quick and hop
Mm-hmm.
back in the truck. But you actually get paid to do your job, man, and it's nice. You're not worried about traffic
Mm-hmm.
because you're getting paid when you're getting paid by the mile and you hit traffic. you start losing money. You start losing money once you start hitting that traffic. So
Any
you're
kind of
always in
delay.
a stressful situation. Yeah, any kind of delay is always stressful. So
Yeah, and that stuff adds up. And man, look, I tell you, man, like, and you don't have to play the clock game. Like when you get paid by the hour, you ain't, you don't have to maximize all your time on the clock when you start, stop, and all. You don't have to do none of that. It's just log on and that's it until you're ready to log off. And then let the clock do the hustling for you. You understand? There's something to be said
exactly.
about that.
Yeah, it's almost like the roles are reversed. It's like the company is stressed out now.
Mm,
Before the company get their money and the driver is stressed out about making his money. But the company, they straight, they got their money. So now the company looking at you like, man, we need you to hurry up. Well, I can't do nothing about this traffic. I'm not worried about the traffic. The company is worried about the traffic.
hmm There's a question up on screen
Now they
here.
got to pay that over. I mean, it should be mandatory across the board, and I think it makes the job a lot safer. Let's see. You plan on switching the fuel haulers? Said you probably a few. Um, I, I'm going. I'm gonna milk this for a little while, but I probably will switch. Yeah, I'll probably cross train and do it all. We got people that do fuel, def, and and LTS, so I might do some
Mhm.
cross training. But I might actually hop on the fuel side in a couple of years. I'm not in a rush, but it's definitely something that I'm thinking about.
All
Yeah,
right.
yeah, that bit the bug, man.
All right, let's handle some back office stuff here, man, as
Hmm.
it pertains to, because usually when we talk to guys, particularly younger guys, they just want to know about the money. Of
Okay.
course, you ain't going to be young forever. So we
Nah,
need to know what those other perks are hitting for: your PTO time, uh,
okay.
your 401k, your health insurance. Can you explain to the people a little bit about that?
Okay. You said 401k?
Yeah, and your PTO
Okay.
time and things like that,
Oh,
and your
PTO
health
time.
insurance. Hmm.
All right. So starting out, I think from the moment you start, you get about what is it, 5 days of PTO time. Starting at day one, um, you get in about 3 weeks vacation within your first year, and then I think after that it goes back to 2 years. Now that's because you get one at six. At your 6 month point, you get 1 week vacation, and then you get 2 weeks after 1 year. So that's 3 weeks vacation starting out, and then I think it balances out to two weeks. And I'm not sure when does it goes up. That's what I've been meaning to ask you about
Hmm.
when it goes up, but I'll try to find that out.
Hmm.
Um, and you go on the website when you're ready to take time off. You just go on the website and pick a day, and if that day is available, it's gonna let you know, and you locked in.
Hmm.
So
And hmm and over here, usually when you log in
yeah, the
to schedule some
401k is a
time
five
up,
cent dollar for dollar match.
go ahead.
Okay, yeah. So it's as far as you talking about scheduling time off, yeah, you just go on the app and you schedule your time off, and if it's no conflict with that time that you put in, you got it. I
Oh,
haven't had a problem with
this is
that
a
yet.
great question by T Hill. Great question, T Hill.
Yes, you definitely get paid jury duty.
What do you get paid for jury duty, Bink? Let them know.
I wasn't sure. Do you know?
Yes, I sure do. I most certainly do. You get
I would have to.
paid your
All right, I
hourly
haven't had
rate for
jury duty
10 hours.
for
Okay.
10 hours.
Your
Wow.
hourly rate for
Oh,
10 hours. So if you $30 an hour, you get $300 every day
oh
you go to
wow.
jury duty. Okay. All right. All
Nice. Nice. Okay.
right. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
See, I'm still learning, man. I'm just,
Yeah. No, 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 no. That's cool.
yeah,
That's
still
cool. That's
learning the
cool.
job, man.
That's cool. No, no, that's cool.
Yeah, but
No,
as
we get
far
it.
as like
We
the
get it.
401k, it's a 5% dollar for dollar match, man. Yeah, I mean you can't beat it. So
And that's another great question here.
yeah.
If you can't answer it, I'll get it.
So roll over vacation hours that are unused. No more rolling over vacation hours. You're gonna have to get up out that truck, which is actually a good thing.
Hmm.
Which is actually a good thing. Because I tell you, man, working at Yellow, a lot of guys would just roll that vacation over and just collect that money, take that tax hit. But I kind of understood some people were in certain financial situations, man, and they'd just sell it back to the company and
Hmm.
roll it over into the next year. But you know, about that truck here, man. Yeah, it's,
Yeah.
it's a good thing
And
too, man.
And I'm gonna double back on that paid time off. So you explained the vacation time, and what you also get over here is you get what they call bereavement time. Anytime you have a death in the family, they're going to pay you. You'll get 4 days of bereavement that they're going to pay you 10 hours a day for your hourly rate, up to 4 days. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. Because we're all human. We're all going to have death in our family. You know what I'm saying? So, and they allow you to take up to 4 days off
Yeah.
and get paid for 10 hours at your hourly rate a day.
Oh yeah, man. And they also have what is it? What is it called? Paternal leave. I didn't
Absolutely.
qualify. Yeah, I didn't
Absolutely.
qualify for it when I had my son, but yeah, you
Now,
get
why
that
you didn't
after a year.
qualify for it? You were just new here. I'm
Yeah, yeah.
assuming.
I was no, I wasn't here. I think you got to have a year, and you get the they give you time off. To spend
Now,
time with your
do
newborn.
you know how much time that is that they give you off for paternity leave?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I think it was like 30 days or something like that. Yeah,
All right, so
yeah. So
just so
it's
you know,
definitely
guys and gals, y'all both get maternity leave off over here.
yeah,
Okay,
maternity
so
and
just
paternity.
so you
Yes,
know.
sir.
All right, um, so about your 401k or your Roth IRA, I don't know what you decide to do. Did you do both? Did you just do one?
Uh,
And explain to the people the match and all that, how all that jazz
okay, I
works.
do. I just do the basic 401k. I do half Roth and then half uh the regular way.
Traditional, right?
Use your words,
Traditional.
Bink. Get your words together, brother. Uh,
Yeah.
um, so I do half and half. I do half Roth, half traditional. That's it.
Hmm.
And I do the 5% dollar for dollar match. I do about 15% total. So I just do 10% on my side. And then I'm telling you all my business. But anyway, it's a 5% dollar for dollar
Hey,
match.
I'm over here taking notes too. Goddamn, you know I want to listen. Sheesh.
Nah, yeah. Because at my age, they recommend me do 15%. So,
Absolutely.
the company is taking care of 5% of that. And then, I just do my own thing outside of that. So,
Hmm.
yeah. So
Hmm.
it's get ready for retirement, man. Ready to get
Yeah.
done, get up out of this
Right.
trucking, man.
Hmm. So let me ask you this question because I see this a lot, particularly with younger people when they say Social Security ain't gonna be there. What's your thoughts on that?
Show me the proof is not going to be there because I don't think nobody showed proof that is going bankrupt. I don't know, but I, I don't know. But I'm gonna just look at Social Security as the cherry on top. That's a government thing. So I'm not. And you look at the type of people that they're putting in the White House, man. It's like, I don't trust America. We putting reality stars in the White House and stuff, and name recognition, and this country hasn't. I felt it hasn't. They haven't run this country the way it's supposed to be run since George W. Bush was in office. Man, it's name recognition. It's a lot of blocking going on. I could go on and on about that, but I don't trust it. So I'm gonna just look at my Social Security as a cherry on top. And as
Hmm.
far as I know, Social Security is not going anywhere.
Hmm.
You
I kind of
want-
I kind of agree with that
Yeah,
because, like I said, I watch all four of my grandparents get it to the day they died. My father got it to the day he died, and in fact, my mother is still getting it. So my sister, she's getting ready to get it soon, and my older brothers, I'm the youngest, so they all gonna get it, and I plan on getting it too.
exactly, man.
Yeah, it ain't there. I plan on getting it. Now, do I plan on living off it? Absolutely not. Wouldn't recommend that to anybody. But it's my
Mhm.
money, it's your money, and we want it. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Yeah, yeah. Give me.
Yeah, yeah. And if anybody got any concerns about that, go to
Me.
ssa.gov
Yeah,
and go
man.
check
Just
it
go.
out.
Mm. Yeah, find out what you're getting, man.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Don't
So
let
yeah,
nobody
and a
else
lot of
put
owner operators, man, y'all better pay that self-employment tax because I think half of that is part of your Social Security, man. Make sure you're paying that. If you're an owner operator.
yeah, like I said,
A
you
lot of
could just
people
simply
skip that. Don't just worry about just the feds and the states. You need to make sure you're paying that self-employment tax also,
just simply log into
and it's your Social
ssa.gov.
Security.
and go check your status. SSA.gov, go check your status. You need 40 credits to qualify. All right. Make sure you got at least the 40 credits. Tell them about it, T Hill. Once you got your 40 credits, man, do what the hell you want to do.
Go. What's the cry? I haven't checked it in a while. I don't think I checked. Well, they used to send me letters. I never went on that website to check it. So what's the 40 credits about? I'm pretty sure I got them.
You just you just have to have 40 what they call work credits to qualify. Oh, you definitely got it. No question, you got it. So just log on to that, and it'll show you your status. It'll show you right where you're at, and it'll show you right now. And this another thing. Hey, what's up, Gfer, colleague, right there? This is one thing I want to tell people. This is why you want to go in, particularly truck drivers, right? If you go in there right now, right? If you become disabled today and you got your 40 credits, it's going to tell you the exact amount of money that you will start receiving if you got disabled. If you got disabled today and you don't have that 40 credits, you're going to get $0. Like, you know what I'm saying? So go check that and know your status.
Mm. Yeah, you don't want the problems, man. You don't want to have to be begging your grandkids to pay for your medication,
And
man.
it's a lot of situations like that where your kids are taking care of the parents and things like that. They burying their parents. Hell, yeah, oh man, it's just a mess, man. So take care of
Mhm.
that, man. Oh, speaking of that, and I always forget to mention this over here about the life insurance. Do you know what that is over here? If not, then I'll tell the people.
What is it? About $50,000?
$100,000.
I think something like that. I think it's $50,000 on life insurance, and then they do something for you. Your spouse might get like half of that or something. So it's something of that nature. I haven't looked at it since I started, man. I need to be looking at that kind of stuff a lot more often to make sure.
That's 100,000.
100,000. Say, see, at yellow it was $40,000. I knew it was more than yellow. It was forty
Mm-hmm.
thousand. So you get $100,000, man. And a lot
Mm-hmm.
of people start talking. Let's talk about the benefits, the medical benefits. A lot of people look at that like, oh, you got to pay medical benefits now, but
Let's talk about
the
it.
medical benefits are, before taxes. So they take that, you're not getting taxed on the money that you make. So once you make it gross, they take your medical out, your taxes out, well, your medical and everything, your 401k out, and then they tax whatever's left over, almost like a per diem. So,
And
it's not as bad as
and
it
freezing up
sounds,
on us again.
paying for
Yeah,
medical
you're
stuff.
lagging on
It
us.
ain't that bad. All right, let's
Can you
see.
hear me, Bink?
Yeah, I got
All
you.
right, you were lagging on us again. All right, and let me just try to explain that, right? So when people hear these numbers, let's just use $100,000 for an example.
Uh,
If you gross $100,000, you are not going to pay taxes on the $100,000, right? And even whatever the tax rate is, can somebody in the comment, T Hill, can you put the tax rate for $100,000 anyway? I'm just curious. Anyway, that being said, you're not whatever that tax rate is, you're not going to pay that. Our tax system is on a tiered system. So you pay the lowest from up to 11,000, and then from 11,000 to I don't know what the tiers are. I don't have it in front of me, but that's how the tax system works. Because I talk to a lot of people and they just don't understand how this works, man. And they get confused. Oh man, you $100,000. They're gonna tax it. No, they don't tax you on a whole $100,000, man. Educate yourself before you start talking, man. Because I hear a lot of you guys, man. You just quite frank, you don't know what you're
oh,
talking about.
yeah, man. But I used to work. I worked at a job where I would work weekends. Man, they gonna tax you, man. You making all that extra money. I would make about an extra $400. After taxes. But I think I grossed about maybe about $600. But after the tax hit that certain part of my money, it was down to like $400. But look, you lost all your weekend time, man, and Uncle Sam money. That's still $400 that I wouldn't have had, regardless of what they taxed it. That's still money that you
Mhm,
wouldn't have. You can't tell me, 100, 200, or extra 100, 200, $300. That's still money you wouldn't have had. So the whole logic behind that just I never understood people like that, the whole logic about the
mhm.
tax situation. And like you said, it's on a tier system. So after about like $86,000 ago, I think it's like from let's say 60, my numbers could be wrong. So from 60 to like 6, 22%, and then from 86,000 on up to like 120 or something, it might go up to like 24%.
Uh
So
huh.
you getting paid, you're getting taxed on whatever above that $80,000. That's what you're getting taxed at.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but yeah, a lot of people they look at it the wrong way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
look at it the wrong way, man. But
Mm-hmm.
just do the math, do your own calculations, man. Just look at the numbers.
Educate yourself, man. You know what I'm saying? Don't let another YouTuber tell you this. Look
Oh,
it up yourself, man. And if you don't know, hey, if you don't know how to, if you man, listen, if you don't know how to look this stuff up and you're not sure of what it's saying, you hit that right there. Hit that $ Dirty Broke 215, and I'll be more than willing to help you through it. Hold your hand and explain this to you, man. It's not that difficult. All right. Being a W 2 guy for a lot of years, I've been on both sides of this. So these are things that I watch extremely closely. Okay. Particularly being a man of
mm,
my age. All this stuff matters to me, man.
right. Oh
So
yeah.
what else you got? What's up with Bink? What Bink got planned for the day, man?
Man.
And what you plan on doing today? Let the people know, man.
Man, we about to go see some relatives. Well, actually, I'm about to go walk the dog. Me and the lady about to go walk the neighborhood and get a little exercise in and go see relatives today, man, and eat some of their food.
Damn it, boy.
Go eat
You
some
ain't
groceries.
you
Yeah.
you ain't changed a bit, man. You just gonna be
Uh,
freeloading, huh?
yeah, we gonna go freeload today, man. Why not? Why not, man?
Uh-huh. So you're back in the truck, what, Monday morning?
Yeah, Monday morning. Yeah, Monday
Mhm.
morning. So it's about to slow down. It's about to get cold, which means
Mhm.
tires are not going to be blowing. But we're not sure how slow it's going to get because we've been doing more store products now. So since we
Yeah,
started
yeah,
doing
and
more
that
store products, it might just kind of level out. It might level out. So I'm not sure how slow it's going to get now. So this is pretty
mhm.
much a winter that's going to be kind of, it's a toss. But the slow season, we're going to see a lot more 4-day work weeks, which is fine with me.
Mhm. Mhm.
A
Mhm.
lot more, yeah, 4-day work week. So, you telling me $2,000 gross is slow? I take
Mhm.
that. That's what y'all call slow right here. You know, it's slow
Yeah.
at a lot of companies is about $800. So
Yeah,
I
yeah.
could deal with that. Yeah, but you could definitely on the LTS side, you could probably you can clear six figures.
Oh, okay.
Um, 'Cause that's what these young boys. That's what y'all want to know. Really,
Mhm.
that's what they really want to know. Can you do six? Yeah, you could do six figures, man. It's just,
Yeah.
I mean, I think
And I Go ahead.
it's like about six figures now, ain't they? I don't know. Tell me.
Say you broke up. Try it again, babe. You lagged on us.
Yeah, I said most trucking companies are at about six figures. It's just dealing with certain lifestyles
I
issues. I
honestly
would
don't.
think.
I don't know what most trucking companies do. I don't know. I try not to get caught up into what they do. I just got to worry about what's going on over here
Right.
or what's happening over here. That's all I try to stay up on.
But yeah, yeah, you could do about 100,000 a year, man. It's light work. But you gotta be to do
Mm,
LTS, you gotta like physical labor. You gotta
mm-hmm,
be willing to do physical labor. You don't have to like it, but you have to be willing to do it. You're unloading truck tires in the summertime, it's gonna be sweaty. You're gonna sweat a
mm-hmm.
lot. Um, and then it's.
So, so how does your work week start out? So, what do you are you start out loaded? You got to go get loaded. What's that
uh,
experience like? Try to give the people a inside glimpse of what that's like when you're doing that LTS.
school. All right, all right. So the DC, they load all of the trailers.
You park at the DC? Is
We
your truck parked
Yeah,
there?
we park. Yeah, the truck is parked at the DC. So
Okay.
you'll go to the DC. You'll go find what door your trailer is in. You inspect the load. Make sure you got the right amount of def on. The little def box jugs. Make sure you got the right amount of those on. Make sure you got the right amount of load locks. Make sure everything is secure. Make sure your first at least your first stop and they pull out that door, do your pre-trip inspection, and you tear the road up. You unload at the DC. I mean, at the Loves. You might have about 5 or 6 stores you might be able to do during the day, and
Mhm.
you unload your tires, unload your freight. Every once in a while, well, one of the biggest things, the Truck Solutions, the DCs, they make retread tires at the DCs. So the biggest, I guess, business, like you call it, an advantage is that Love's has is that when they get these old tires, they send them back with us. So you might have to pick up what they call casings. You might have anywhere from 10 to 100 casings that you have to pick back up. If you got room for it, and you load those up. That's a little hard because you got to lift those tires. You got to stack them up about 4 to 6 high on the
Mhm.
trailer. So that back definitely gonna have to be strong for that.
Mhm.
Just once you get done with your route, you just come straight back to the DC and
Mhm.
drop that trailer in the door. They're gonna unload those tires to be retreaded and go home, take your 10-hour break, and you come back the next day and you do it again.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm. So no plan the clock game and all that, when to start the clock and shower and all that. You ain't got to do all that kind of stuff.
Nah, none of that. None of
Oh,
that, man.
okay.
Let's see
Okay.
what
I'm
TL said.
just
How
checking.
did the hurricane affected a lot of the stores because a lot of the stores couldn't take deliveries. So it kind of affected us. We had to kind of backtrack and go back to stores. So a lot of stores got like double freight. So all they did was just have more people. We had a lot of the guys from from the fuel side come over and help us out, and they just kind of backtracked to stores that wasn't able to get their goods. And I
Mm.
think I worked on
Robert Wallace, man.
yeah, and I think I worked to catch up. So that's so once you hit a hurricane or something like that, any kind of disaster, something that shuts the country down, or area down. They just kind of, bring everybody together, that's willing to do the LTS, and they pull them for fuel or death. They flew drivers in from Oklahoma into Atlanta to help us out. So it was definitely a team effort to catch everything back up. So
Mhm. And so, what would you say about Gemini as a whole? The type of company
say
Gemini
that
Motor
again.
Transport is. Gemini Motor Transport as a whole, how would you rank them as a company as a whole?
As a whole, I would say that
Mhm.
they're probably. I would say that they're top of the food chain when it comes to a trucking company. I look at them on the same level as a Walmart or Old Dominion. They're real respectful. The drivers are able to get promoted into management. I think they that's where you separate from a lot of other companies, because even a lot of these good companies, they're not promoting drivers, so they promote drivers into management. And a lot of truck drivers come from you know the corporate side, and they come into trucking, and by the time trucking beat them down for a couple of years, they kind of want to go back into management. And Gemini, if that's you, Gemini might be the place for you. Those skills and you got those degrees, they would definitely put you in the management, man, if you jockeying for that type of position, man. So that's one thing I like. There's room for growth. You can move around here.
Mhm.
You know.
Got that question from VJ there?
Let's see. I don't have a tire stack dolly. Nah, we don't have a tire stack dolly, man. That would be nice. They have one at the warehouse though.
Mhm.
But we do have electric pallet jacks. We have electric pallet jacks for most of the goods,
Mhm.
but nah, not a tire stack dolly. They just roll it, boom, throw it on top of
Now,
the stack.
did you ever do food service? I'm not sure.
No,
Oh, you
I've
never
never
did?
done
Okay. Oh,
food service. I've done auto parts.
auto parts.
Yeah, I used to
Would you
pick
say
up bumpers.
is this similar to auto parts? What you doing here?
Yeah, it's
Or no?
similar. It's real similar to auto parts, man. But
Okay.
we had bumpers. It was a lot more manual on the auto part side, because you might have about 100 bumpers in there.
Mhm.
You got to take the bumpers, into the store by the twos ones, but most of the stuff was on. They had like these big carts. You ever see those carts in Dollar General?
Mm,
We had some just slightly bigger than those, and you just pretty much rolled most of the parts into the Honda dealership. But for the most part, and the physical stuff, you was taking bumpers and a couple of other,
hmm.
awkward
But
pieces.
you just rolled the carts in. You didn't have to scan them, or did you have to
But
scan each
you
part on the
scan the
cart?
cart. That's it. You
Just
scan
the
the
cart.
cart.
You didn't have to.
Yeah,
Okay. Okay.
yeah. Then it wasn't hard work. I mean, people that done food service,
Hmm.
they laugh at me. Even with what I'm doing now, somebody that's doing food service, they look at what we're doing. Even you're like, man, they unloading tires, but it's nowhere near as hard as food
Uh
service,
huh.
man. That's just a whole different beast right there.
Hmm.
A whole different beast.
I got you.
Yeah, that's yeah. We don't do a lot of scanning. It's just just run it up in the store. I'll
Hmm.
at you. Just make sure the count is right. Yeah, it's
Yeah. Hmm.
a real company. They yeah, everything you're gonna have to download a lot of apps. You're gonna
It's
have to
definitely
download a lot of apps on
It's
your phone,
definitely
man.
it's definitely a lot of apps working here, man. You got an app for this, app for that, app for
Yeah,
on the bathroom, app for waking up. You got an app for everything. It seems like, it's a lot of apps.
yeah,
I'm
a lot of
exaggerating a little bit, but it is a lot of apps when you work here, man.
yeah, man.
And
Let's see, my boss.
once you learn that and learn how to work it, then it's not that big of a deal. Hmm.
Yeah, we're talking about the Dollar General retainer carts. Yeah, man, some of them carts could get rough, but the thing about Honda, they had some new stuff, man. That's what was nice about them. But yeah, we had a couple of raggedy carts too. Yeah,
Hmm.
you be trying to go left, the cart want to go right. Bad boy goes side, you got to drag it in sideways.
Hmm.
Man,
Yep, yep. So what's your future? What do you see your future like here? I know you did talk about cross training a little bit. What's your thoughts on that? Do you think you should do it, not do it, want to do it? What's your thoughts on that?
um, I'll probably start cross training maybe another year or two, man.
Hmm.
I start looking into it. I don't know if they're gonna let me just because I want to
Hmm.
do it, but I'll definitely put a word in probably in another year or two, man. I like it over
Okay.
here, man. It's a small group of guys. It's about 11 of us right now, and
Hmm.
it's a small group. It's like we just one big family, and everybody get along ladder. We work as a team. Everybody do their thing. If they have some casings that need to be picked up, which are just used tires that need to be picked up to come back to the DC. You just go on the app. Hey, anybody coming down such and such, help me out with this stop. They'll be like, I got you, Bobby. There go scoop them up for you. And it's just one big happy family, man. And we don't spend enough time together, for it to get real gossipy. Nobody's in anybody's business. Everybody and just get the job done. Get back to the yard. You might see one or two people at a time. Throw the peace sign up, and we
Hmm.
keep it moving, man. Everybody making their money, and they doing it how they want to do it, and just keep it moving.
Hmm.
So, I like the guys that I work with, man. Real cool. We got a cool lead driver. A lot of people might know Sebastian. That's on the fuel side. They probably know him down here, but
Hmm.
it's real laid back job, man. It's real laid back, even
Hmm.
though it's physical is just laid back. So
Hmm.
yeah,
Yeah.
so I'm milk this for a little while and probably go over to the fuel side, just to be home every day because I got a little one.
Hmm.
So once he's able to, you know how they are when they get a certain age, about 3 years old. Don't leave.
Hmm.
I want to.
It's gonna
I'm
be
kind
hard.
of
It's gonna be hard to leave the house when he tell you that. He looking up at you with the big eyes. That you walking
yeah,
out the door. It's hard to walk away.
yeah. So
Hmm.
you
Yeah.
got me. I
As
probably
for the
switch
app,
over to DEF.
uh,
What was that?
get this question from VJ. As for the apps, you can put them on your phone, or you could just download them to the tablet in the truck. You don't have to put them on your phone. It
Right.
just make it more convenient. But hell, you could just use the app from the tablet in the truck.
Yeah, that's what I
You know.
started doing. I
Yeah.
just started doing that. I was like, you know what?
Hmm.
This app this tablet has everything. Yeah,
Tablet got everything on it in the truck. So,
yeah,
as far as for the phone, it's just more convenient for me.
Yeah,
Hmm.
you can do it from home.
Yeah, they go cheaper right there. Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. Because when I went on vacation, man, I wasn't sure what days I had, and I kind of downloaded that app that we used,
And
to get our time off, and
and and,
downloaded it.
and,
Yeah,
and
so it was
cheaper.
nice to have that from home.
Jeeper gave a good example right here. So he said the only app you could download on your phone is the hours of service app in case you're working off the truck, which is perfect, man. When this is how you track your time when you're working off the truck. When you have to do something off of the truck, how you can still keep your hours. You understand? That's why that's like perfect for me.
Oh yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, yeah. I like that part of
And
it. Too,
and not only that, like sometimes you'll be in a situation where because we know technology will fail sometimes, you can have all your loads sent to your phone, and you can just work off your phone. You know, it's rare, but at least it's something that'll help you out when you're trying to work. Do this kind of stuff because we got an app called Slack. It's like a text messaging app, and it helps out a lot when we're trying to get inventory for a store and things like that. They'll just send everything straight to your phone. So I like it, man. This company here is very, very tech savvy. I'll tell you that.
yeah. Yeah, it takes a lot of the paperwork out of it, man. I didn't know how I liked it at first. I'm like, man, they got us doing all this back office stuff. But at the same time, that saves a lot of money when you don't have to have HR doing everything. It saves a lot of manpower, and it gives you something to do as a truck driver.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're not doing nothing but twiddling our fingers half the day anyway. Just driving down the road, give us something to do, man. And it actually puts more money in your pocket when you start cutting, when they cutting corners. And that's one thing that I like about this company. They actually put the money back in your pocket, man, when they see room for it. So,
And let me ask you this: what's your thoughts on the cameras? A lot of people they don't like these cameras. What's your thoughts?
oh, the cameras, the inward facing cameras, man. Me personally, I had to get used to them because I was used to, touching the phone. I never held it, but I would touch it a little bit too much. I got smacked on the hand for that. So we stopped doing that. I mean, just drive the truck. You get paid to drive the truck. Drive the truck. Um, I started the more technology that we started getting in the phones. That's when you started seeing trucks swerve off the road and stuff like that. That stuff wasn't you never seen. I started driving in '98. You never seen a lot of drivers just swerving off the side of the road and playing with their phones. You used to just drive. So just leave the technology at home and just get back to driving the truck. Those days are over. Just playing with your phone and going down the road and not paying attention. I have no problems with the camera. I used to actually, you heard me doing a couple of coaching calls when I used to coach lytics.
Hmm.
Had the same system that we have now, but it was outward facing. Just don't do anything that's going to trigger an event. If you trigger an event, they're going to
Hmm.
see what you're going to get in trouble. Just don't do anything to
Hmm.
trigger an event. Stop following too close. You don't need to be following too close anyway. If you following too close and that truck come on them brakes behind you or that car, you're gonna run over that car. You're gonna lose either way. You're gonna run into the back of that truck and get your head popped off, or you're gonna run somebody over and kill a family. So you're not gonna win that fight. So just back up and slow down.
Let me
Um,
ask you this, Bank, because
mhm.
you're in a sleeper. What's it like with the cameras? Because you are in a sleeper truck. What's that like?
What? Go ahead, say that one
When
more
you
time about the sleeper.
Yeah, you're in a sleeper, so the cameras, what's that like? I mean, because we do know the cameras, they don't just record video, they record audio as well. What's your thoughts on that?
The cameras. Well, one thing that I do know, they're not on a 24/7 cycle. They're on a 24/7 cycle, but they start recording once you have an event. That's when they
Hmm.
start go back about seconds and they go forward about 12 seconds. So if you was talking about something 8 seconds prior, they got all of that, and they got whatever you were talking about 12 seconds, forward of
Hmm.
that event. So you got about a good 20 seconds that they got when an event happened. But if there's no event, um, there's nothing to record. But they do have a live option also. So they will have to
Okay.
call lytics and have a reason to go live, and then you'll notice everything will turn blue. But what I do do, man, and they block the camera when it's time to go to sleep.
Because your curtain will go right in front of the camera, right?
Yeah, to go right in front of the camera.
Right,
So,
right,
but
right, right.
they could because they'll go live and try to see where that truck is at. But
Mhm.
that costs a pretty penny. But as far as for the most part, I mean, what they looking at, man, really freaky if you just want to see what somebody doing and listening to conversation. It doesn't work like that. A lot of people think that they can just, log
Mhm.
in with you going down the road. No, they can't just watch you going down the road. And if the only
Mhm.
time that they're watching you, that light on there, you'll see a blue light going across that lytics camera when they're actually watching you, and they're watching you just for a certain amount of time, just to pinpoint where you at to see where that truck is at.
Okay.
Yeah, before.
So as far as being regional, and we talked about this a lot, and it's like you tell me, is it any other company that pay you hourly for being regional or over the road or anything like that? If it is, it ain't many.
Nah, it's not. It's not many, man.
So, in my opinion, I think that's what actually separates this company from a lot of companies that, you're regional, you're paid by the hour. Like I said, you being paid when you backed in that dock at the store, you being paid when you drive, you being paid in traffic, you been like you said, we've been paid for all that, man. So I'm telling you, man, it's hard to beat a clock that don't stop. I don't know how many times I can say this to people. That is very, very
Yeah,
difficult to beat a clock that don't stop. Truck community, what up, man?
yeah, you can't beat that. Yeah, I've worked at jobs that I work by the I mean by the miles, and it never added up to the hours that I put in, man. I would put in 70 hours over the road, man, and it just wouldn't add up to to the money that I was putting in my pocket. It
I mean,
just
we
wasn't
talked about
adding up.
this. Yeah, we talked about this plenty of times for the amount of time you put in the truck and for what you
Yeah,
actually make. And we
especially
all
because
can
you
count
can
it. If
run
you
up a
go ahead.
yeah, because you can run up a 70-hour clock and make about $1,200, man, gross OTR, man.
I mean, we did the math on a lot of these individuals, man, and sometimes, man, the numbers are striking, man. A lot of the times, these guys are only making about $12 an hour, man.
Yeah, yeah,
So
and I used to try to stay away from that math because trucking is not warehouse work. So just breaking it down by the hours. When I was over the road, that was my defense for that. But there's a lot of truth to that. Even though I was kind of being in denial just because I was doing it. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
I'm working by the hour. It's not that bad, because I really didn't have no other choices at the time. Um, but once I get into this and see this hourly thing, this is the only way to truck. It just makes sense. Like there's
I just want to be compensated for all my time.
there's
That's
no other
it.
way around it because there's too many rules and regulations in trucking. There's too many rules and regulations in trucking for it to just be just straight mileage. Like those days are over, man. Those days are over because you want too much out of us, and you shutting us down. We can barely find places to park. That time has to be paid for. That time has to be paid for. So
Hmm.
these warehouses sitting you around for 12 hours, was 24 hours in some cases, man. These are these grocery warehouses, man, and nobody cares. Nobody cares about the driver. So, but if you're getting paid by the
Hmm.
hour, that's when that company gonna get to calling that warehouse. They're gonna they're gonna get to calling them corporate offices and making sure you're getting up out of there.
Hmm.
But when a driver you're getting paid by the mile, well, just let them sit there. If you sit there 24 hours, we'll give them $60 for sitting.
Depends,
you know,
all that kind of stuff, man.
yeah, yeah, and then you got to fight. These over the road companies ain't no joke. You got to fight. Like, wait a minute, man. I sat at that warehouse 24 hours. Y'all ain't. I don't know. Well, they didn't pay us, so we can't pay you.
Hey, that's the
Oh,
little game
you
we
know how
played
many
when we
times
were.
I heard that, man?
Hey, that's the little game we played when we was kids, man. When he paid me what I owe him, then I'll pay you what I owe you. Like, come on, man.
Exactly, man.
Oh
Yeah,
man, I didn't know they
yeah.
were
Like
still
Jeff
doing
was
that in
saying, man.
trucking, man.
Hourly pay it takes the stress away.
Takes the stress away, man. I don't know. Hey, And before you argue
This is
against it, try it.
smooth
It
sailing, man.
didn't bring back your argument.
Exactly, man. But I'm gonna tell you, man, this has been the less stress that I've ever had at trucking, man. I haven't been stressed out about nothing here, man. Every now
Mhm.
and then you get, I mean, you're in the truck stop. You're dealing with people, so you get some people that have a bad day. They might have a little attitude, but you got to look at your situation and like, wait, I'm not about to mess my situation up because you had to keep it moving, man. You just kind of brush your shoulders off and just keep it moving. Yeah, you're right. You
Mhm.
got it, and you just fall back. But yeah, you're definitely going to deal with some different personalities, man, every once in a while. But other than that, man, it's pretty stress free, man.
Mhm. So, and what's some of the other perks you get over there? Do y'all get all the perks we get? I think y'all do, because I remember when you guys y'all wasn't under the Gemini banner. Can you hear me?
Mm. So I think they've been doing this from what I hear since 2016.
Okay.
So I'm not sure if they
Yeah.
was always Gemini or not. So
Yeah. They would tell they used to just be under the Loves banner. They wasn't under the Gemini banner. Then they converted y'all over to Gemini, which I think is a good thing because I noticed before y'all became Gemini, y'all wouldn't you guys wasn't getting all the perks we were getting over here on the Gemini side.
I
But
got
then when they brung y'all over to Gemini, now we get everything the same. So I do
you.
like that about that. And y'all get everything that we get. So
Yeah.
so
It's
shout
definitely
out to the Loves
it
family
might
for
as well.
doing that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Shout out to them for doing that, man. Yeah, uniforms, man. They got some of the dopest uniforms
Mm.
I
They,
ever seen
they,
in trucking, man. The
they're gonna
hats
keep
fit
you
right.
fresh, boy.
Yeah, the
Man, you
hats
name
fit how they supposed to fit. You got nice
mm,
hoodies, man. This is a fueling hoodie right here. Now, what is this? This that thick hoodie.
I
It's
don't know
made
what
out of
you got
some
on
type
there.
of what is it? A fire
Oh, it's a FR.
resistant. I'm saying this thing is you'll start sweating in the middle of the winter with this thing on.
Oh, okay. Oh, you
They
got
got
an
some
FR
dope, man.
hoodie?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah, because a lot of stuff that we get on it, even on the LTS side, we get a lot of stuff for fueling. I got a bunch of
Hmm.
those baby blue shirts with the stripes on the side. I got a couple of those. They
Yeah,
be sitting.
I may have to get you to order me some of them because we don't have that.
Oh, y'all don't have
It
those,
seemed like
man?
no, it seemed like they only get that to the new guys. We don't have that. At least I haven't seen it. I had to go back and look. But I want to get a couple of them baby blues. I got one.
Okay, see, I might send you some. Yeah, I'll go ahead and send
Yeah,
you some.
send me one. Yeah, slide me something my
Yeah,
way.
you get a.
Slide you something back your way.
Yeah, I just bought some boot. I bought my boots early, man. I go ahead and put it back in the bank, and in January when they give us $100, was $100 for boots every year
Yeah.
to get you a
No,
new pair of boots
twice a year. Twice a year.
twice a year.
Yeah, twice a
Oh,
year.
oh
Every
yeah, I
6
need.
months.
Oh yeah, I
I
need to
got a
go.
in fact, I got a boot review video. I just didn't put it up yet. I got that. I went and bought me some new shit kickers last week, and I did a video. I just didn't put it out yet. I'll probably put it out later on today.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I got a boot review coming, man. Got me a pair of nice ones. What up, Brooklyn? Long time no hear from.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah, man.
Mhm.
So boots. I mean, you can't beat it, man.
Yeah, uniforms is top notch. Man, look,
Yeah, yeah.
all kinds. I got this hoodie right here. It's got a lining in the inside,
Right.
man. Shoot, man, it's a nice thick hoodie, and I got this on because I'm down in the basement. It's
I like
cold
the
down here.
polo shirts,
Mosquitoes.
man. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
I'm
I
in.
like the polo shirts, man. They got the sports fit, the dry wick and polo shirts. Yeah, they got those, man. I ran into a guy. He was thinking about coming to Gemini, but he don't like to wear uniforms, man. And he had on.
Hold on,
Look, he had it. Look,
hold on, baby.
look.
Hold
This is
on,
what he had
hold on.
on, right? This is what he had on. He was like, I like
Come
to
on with
dress
it,
like
man.
this. But look, he said, I like to dress like this. He had on a hoodie. He had on some jeans and a pair of boots. I was like, well, you could dress just like you dress right there. I was like, you can wear
It is.
hoodies and you can wear
It's,
you can wear Gemini cap and some boots. You could dress. I was like, you're gonna look exactly how you look right now.
it's the thing that kills me, right? It's the thing that kills me. And I actually been clowned for this, right? But I'm a grown ass man, so you know how that go.
Right.
But A guy will put on a Nike,
Come on.
A Ralph Lauren. You'll put on all that and they don't even have a stock in the company, mind you. Okay, and that's a whole nother conversation. We can get to that later. But you'll throw that on in a
Right.
heartbeat. But you won't go throw on something that actually pays you
Yeah.
and actually gives you a dollar for dollar match. But you won't wear that. What kind of goofy are you?
Yeah.
Hmm?
Yeah,
Who
super
raised you?
super goofy, man. It doesn't make
Well, I
sense,
tell you,
man.
man.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Ralph Lauren
I
ain't
heard
put
that so many
nothing.
times. Ain't none of them companies paying you, man. And most of y'all don't even have no stock options over there. So knock it off, man. You got to be some of the dumbest people on the planet talking like that. Get away from me talking like that. I don't even want to hear from you.
Yeah, dog at all,
But here's a
man.
company that's going to give you a dollar for dollar match. And you talk about, I ain't wearing that to work. That you can wear what you want to wear outside of work, but you talk about you ain't wearing it to work. First of all, you ain't gonna wear no Nike and this and that at work here. They ain't gonna allow that. They like we not Nike, we're Gemini. Go
Yeah.
if you want to wear Nike, go work for Nike. You know what I'm saying? See how they treat you.
Exactly, man. Yeah, that's not a
Stupid,
just
man.
being a grown up, man, you don't care about it. You shouldn't care about that. There's a lot of grown ups that ain't quite grown up yet, man. But that's
I'll
just
tell you,
something
boy, I
I
don't
don't
have a
care
lot of
about.
I don't have a lot of patience for them kind of people, man. I ain't gonna lie to you,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, it's just something I'm just not worried about, man. I'm not gonna. Number one, I'm not gonna. The clothes I wear, my stuff come from Ross and TJ Maxx and Burlington Coat Factory. Listen, man,
That's a whole nother
they,
conversation.
they ain't gonna last. They ain't gonna last doing the type of work I do. So, so I definitely
I mean,
not wearing that. I'm gonna wear Gemini. Yeah, and they give you $400 a year to buy a bunch of stuff, man. To buy a bunch of stuff. I bought 3 of these hoodies, man. It took up most of my budget.
hmm
Yeah. But yeah, man, this is definitely a good outfit, man. But
hmm
Bink TV, man, that's the name of the channel, man. Subscribe if you
Hey.
haven't subscribed. I do LTS content on my channel. Um, Pretty much workout
hmm
content on my channel. I'm gonna start stepping up the workout stuff, man. I'm actually trying to become a certified personal trainer. So we're definitely gonna start, doing some side hustles with that. Um, Maybe some couple of little internet things, little internet workouts to see if we can make something shake with that, man. What else I got going on, man? Trying to train my dog. I'm gonna start doing some footage on my
hmm
dog, a little hard headed. He's a German Shepherd Chow mix, a little hard headed. So I'm trying to train him. So I got a lot of stuff coming, man. What man
Shout
say
out to Bank.
450 a year? Yeah.
Hey, go over there to 450 a year. Did Nike? How much Nike give you last year?
Come on now.
Hey, anyway, it's pinned to the top of the comments section, man. You got Bink's channel. Go over there, hit that link right there. That'll take you straight to his channel. Like, subscribe, share, do all that YouTube stuff, and go check him out, man. Bink, he been doing this for a minute. He's definitely a veteran in the game. Been trailer trucking for how long now? 26, 7
26
years.
years. 26, yeah.
26 years out here in the game.
Years, man.
He done did it all, been coast to coast, north to south, all that, man. So that's
Yes,
your guy
sir.
right there, man. So
Yes,
salute
sir.
to
I'm gonna
him.
try
He
to
been on the union side, been on the non-union side, so he can give you a little bit of everything.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, I'm
hmm
gonna try to start doing some lives, man. Doing some more lives to get some interviews going with a couple of other people from Yellow, man. We got people that's all over the place, man. So you can kind of get the inside scoop on a lot of different companies.
hmm
Got a couple of partners over at Landstar. Shout out to my guy Otis, man. He just got put on at UPS up in Louisville, Kentucky.
Salute to you, Otis.
What I just found out about that, if you're willing to travel and pay for a hotel or an apartment, and you find a place where UPS is hiring, you more than willing to put the app in. If you live in Atlanta and you want to go work at UPS in Chicago, as long as you foot your living expenses, they hire you. So I didn't know that. That's not something that I would do, but that's just some information. That's the type of information I'm gonna be sharing with you guys, man, on my channel. So
hmm
subscribe to the channel, man. Get some of this good game that's coming, man.
Yep. So
No
y'all hit
doubt.
his link up, check him out, and hopefully he'll roll up some content for us, keep us entertained and somewhat enlightened to get us on down the
Yeah.
road there. So anything else you want to say, Big, before we slide?
That's all I got, man. Thanks for having me on the channel, man. And be
Anytime, my
safe.
boy.
Enjoy that weekend, man. And
Yes,
tell the
sir.
family I say, hey.
Mm-hmm.
Word up. All right, man. I'm gonna
We
holler at
appreciate
y'all,
you.
man. Y'all
All
keep
right,
the
you be
skinny
easy,
side
Bank.
up and the dirty side down. It's your guy Bank, man.
All right,
Peace.
my boy.
All right.
Gone. All right. Shout out to Bink, man. Bink came through. Uh gave us his experience working on that LTS side, man. And it's just something different from fuel hauling, man. Anybody else got something they want to talk about, man? Hit me up, man. Hit my email up. Let's see. Let me grab that real quick. Here's my email address. Hit my email up and I'll bring you on and we'll talk about it. Let's get that email. If you want to talk about Gemini stuff, which is kind of redundant for me. I done so many of these videos. Talk about what you're doing. I don't care what company you work for. If it's some good information, we'll bring you on. We'll talk about it, man. Try to get that out there to the folks, man. So just hit that email up and we'll make it happen, man. We'll make it happen. Other than that, man, I guess I get my Saturday started, man. So y'all be good, man. I guess we'll catch you on the next one. Brother, bro, gone.
Baby, you give me ice and fire. You're chilling when the rain. You're some kind of butterfly. Baby, you give me midnight. You whip up my appetite.